One of our ministries here at Walker Temple is Victorious Verses. It's our poetry ministry. And since the couples are presenting on today, my husband and I have written a piece for you all, especially for family and friends. Amen.
Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Apart from it being sweet, Jesus, children of America, know better than to skip grace before they eat. Jesus, children of America, know better than to shoot each other in the street. They know better than to smoke that, know better than to drink that, better than to flunk that, better than to text that or sex that. That I know for sure. Or maybe I don't. Do as I say, not as I do. Do you take this man to be your lawful wedded husband? I do. They divorce. Of course, they know better because we've set such great examples, haven't we? Peddled pageantry, lies, and disguised moral authority, but born to be no more than human. We all make mistakes. I am sorry. You will grow to become what I already am, a sinner, in the center of a black dad catastrophe, dad's dastardly theft. That bozo, he left us alone at the base of the mountain of life. Imagine we take all the children of the world and we line them up at the base of the mountain of life, and we give them each a bag filled with climbing equipment. Raise the starting pistol and shout, on your mark, get set. Wait a minute. Then we reach into the bags of all the little black children and we just pull out half of what's in the bag at random. We take his compass. We take her sleeping bag. We take his rope, her pickaxe, his granola bars, her gloves, his boots. And we keep pulling stuff out until the bag is half of what it was. And we give the bags back to the blacks and shout, on your mark, get set, climb, 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 and have the audacity to wonder why there are so few of us on the summit. And to sum it up, even if mom pours all of her life lessons, successes, failures, into her child, it's still only half of what that kid could have had if dad had added his. Gee whiz, fellas, brothers, men, train up a child.
Train up a child in the way she should go, and when she is old, she will not depart from it. As I think back on what it took for me to become who I am today, I flip back through the pages and remember the early stages that made a difference. My mother bought me journals to pen my thoughts, asked me from the age of 5 what I thought it would take to heal the world. I was only a young girl, but I was trained to believe that my life could and would make a difference. Decades later, I write and think and work for solutions to the emotional pollution that tarnishes the air. I am the daughter of 2 ministers. And the word they planted in me came through me. Years after running from the call, I took my soul off of hold and responded to the fire that was dancing inside my throat. But years before that, it was my mother, one of the first African-American praise dancers, who put me in dance class before I could form complex sentences. It is no mystery, dance became my first language. She gave me dance and it became my medicine and my weapon, my tool and my vocabulary. She never gave me lessons in home economics, never learned to sew or to make homemade pie crust, I'm sorry to say. She gave me scriptures and verbs, synonyms and antonyms, geography and theology. I have no memory of sitting at a sewing machine with my mother over my shoulder. Only memories of going with my mother to those who were bound in bed in nursing homes and hospitals. I would dance, my brother would pray, and my mother would serve communion. And these are the days of my life. My mother never taught me to flirt. She taught me how to think. Once when my mother was hospitalized for surgery, my father picked out my hair in a big afro. He tied a giant yellow ribbon around it. He told me I was a queen and I felt like royalty. until I got to school. And everybody laughed at me. My parents didn't give in to my pleadings for Revlon until high school. But 6 years later, I returned to my roots. For me, it was just a homecoming, remembering the woman I was divinely created to be. I grew up seeing my father at the dining room table, writing sermons and rewriting and practicing. I would hear his faint, rhythmic voice going over each point. I saw the background work required for what others just thought was gloss. I saw integrity was needed for excellence. My father told us about his work in the Peace Corps. He had job fairs and Kwanzaa celebrations and fired up protest marches with me on his shoulders. Service was fed to me like some parents feed their children apple pie. Sitting on the sidelines was never an option, but let me be honest. Can I tell you the truth? In the midst of this training, there were some missteps along the way that created a bumpy path for me to walk on. My mother battled anxiety and depression. I saw her fear of driving. I saw her perfectionism that never allowed her to celebrate her successes. It is not something out there that pulled me into psychology. I saw the cost of suffering up close. I knew I wanted to be healing balm, cooling waters. Yes, there were bumps along the way in this training program. My father was out a lot, preaching, pastoring, running for bishop, being a bishop, but I knew he loved us intensely. So I learned to not need too much. I learned to be independent. This is a lesson that can make you smile when on the inside you're crying. It can make you be silent when you want to scream. It can make you close off when you should reach out. So I had to relearn some things and come to my own revelations. Their words and their songs, their sermons and their silences, they carved the woman standing here today.
We are echoes of yesterday, manifesting in today's realities.
We have choices, yet our tools have been handed to us by those who came before us.
We must be ever careful, ever mindful of the unspoken lessons we are downloading into the spirits of our seeds.
We must be ever careful, ever mindful of the unspoken lessons we allow to remain downloaded in us even when they are weeds. For whatsoever you sow, that you shall also reap. And the good news is, some of your harvest you can pull up, and some of it you can keep.